hours, Action News Jax got brand new video showing the moments Williams found out she was named a person of interest in the death of her daughter Taylor.
You know, now they're saying that you're a person of interest now.
Moments after hearing that, Williams appeared to get physically ill. New documents also show police say they found an odor of decomposition in her car. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Phil Amato.
And I'm Dawn Lopez. Action News Jax Bridget Matter is here live in the studio with us right now, where you've been going through, Bridget, hundreds and hundreds of documents and that new video. It appears Williams went into a state of shock in this video.
Yeah, and she actually gets sick and is taken to get medical attention. This is our first look inside a mountain of evidence investigators have so far. In new discovery released by the state attorney's office, Brianna Williams is riding in a car in Navy uniform with another uniformed person. At one point, he tells her she's a person of interest in her daughter's case.
Now they're saying that you're a person of interest now.
You see the change in Williams' expression before she gets sick and falls into a state of shock.
You don't know why exactly they would say something like that.
Williams becomes unresponsive and needs medical attention.
No, you're not going to go. No.
We're trying to figure out when this video was taken, as the timestamp appears to be wrong. We know November 11th, JSO announced Williams as a person of interest. The next day, we're told she attempted suicide at NAS Jax. Williams has been charged with child neglect and lying to police. She has not been charged in her daughter's murder as of now. And right now we're going through the rest of the documents released, and we'll have an update tonight at 5 and 6. In the studio, Bridget Matter, CBS47 Action News Jax.
You're looking live at a second breaking news story where fires shut down part of I-95 in St. Johns County. These are the northbound lanes near State Road 16. You can see a red truck in the bottom right-hand side of your screen. It apparently caught fire. That truck was smoking just about 30 minutes ago. Right now, the backup is about 7 miles. Now, this is the same area where this crash also shut down lanes for hours this morning going northbound. We brought that to you live on Action News Jax this morning after 2 semis crashed and spilled diesel all over the place here. Action News Jax Beth Russo joins us live this noon for more on this. And Beth, drivers are now questioning whether new roads and exits are needed to accommodate this traffic during times of detours.
And I talked to plenty of drivers who decided to wait it out here at this gas station, some up to 6 hours. They tell me when backups and crashes like this happened on I-95, they don't even want to deal with the detours because most of the time they end up in a jam that's just as bad. This is the traffic backup on I-95 North that Peter Ziemba and thousands of other drivers in St. Johns County got stuck in during their Tuesday morning commute.
It was exit 305. We hit a standstill.
Florida Highway Patrol says 2 semis and a truck with a trailer collided at the State Road 16 exit and spilled diesel all over the road.
Basically, a crash that happened in mid-St. Johns County affected southern St. Johns County.
Action News Jax First Alert traffic expert Derek Odom says that's because the nearest detour is 8 miles away from the crash. We hooked up the GoPro to our car so we can show you the detour down State Road 207 and how quickly we ran into traffic.
It's a major problem because St. John's was a rural county until this latest population boom.
Odom says the Department of Transportation is working on a fix called Integrated Corridor Management.
Coordinate the traffic lights, so if they push traffic off of the interstate, they can turn all those traffic lights on US 1 green to help flush that delay.
Ziemba hopes it will alleviate congestion when major crashes happen so he can get to his clients quicker.
Hopefully that people are understanding and, just keep going on with the day.
Right now I'm reaching out to Florida Highway Patrol to see how many people were hurt in this morning's crash and now this one as well. I'm going to have an update for you coming up all new on Action News Jax at 5. We're live in St. Johns County. Beth Russo, Action News Jax.
New cases of the coronavirus in China are starting to slow now. That's according to new information just released by the World Health Organization in just the last hour. So let's bring you up to speed on the very latest on the numbers. In the last 24 hours, China reported 100 new cases, but that's the lowest since January 20th. 12 new countries have reported their first cases, and 3,110 people have died so far from the virus. Action News Jax Elizabeth Pace joins us live right now from St. Johns County to separate fact from fiction here. And Elizabeth, you've learned the school district there is taking a number of steps to keep our kids safe and healthy.
The St. Johns County School District told me that they are working with the Florida Department of Health to actively keep any potential cases out of their schools. That means Palm Valley Academy and several others have several steps in place to make sure that doesn't happen. We have a list of that to show you right now. This is a brand new list from the St. Johns County School District called their new coronavirus update. Now, the top lists 7 ways that they are working to prevent it, and the bottom includes 7 more ways that they will instill in some of their schools if the virus is detected in any of their school buildings. Now, right now, the district told me that they are asking parents to keep any sick kids home or immediately pick them up from school. They also told me that they are increasing cleaning precautions in each of their schools and monitoring any changes in absences. Now, I've reached out to each different local school district, and I'm starting to hear back from some of them: Clay, Duval, Nassau, Baker, Georgia counties as well. And so ahead at 5, I will have a complete list and understanding on how our local school districts are protecting our kids. Reporting live in St. Johns County, Elizabeth Pace, CBS 47, Action News Jax.
And let's take a look at the coronavirus dashboard, and this is compiled by Johns Hopkins researchers. So far, confirmed cases worldwide, you have 92,303. When it comes to the number of total deaths, I mentioned that a few minutes ago here, 3,131. But take a look at the number of people who have recovered from the coronavirus. 48,190, and that number is growing faster than the number of new cases, Phil.
Well, Don, the impact of the coronavirus on the U.S. economy prompted the Fed to announce an emergency half-point rate cut just this morning. Now, initially, Wall Street liked the news, sending the Dow up a few hundred points, but then the Dow headed lower. Right now, the Dow is down 237 points. It was down 500 earlier. President Trump tweeted saying the cut isn't enough. It's the first time the central bank has cut its key rate between policy meetings since the 2008 financial crisis. Action News Jax's coronavirus fact versus fiction coverage continues tonight on Action News Jax at 5. We're digging into daycare precautions, how interest rates once again are being affected, and in turn your wallets, and some of the most touched services to be aware of. Also tonight, Action News Jax will host a half-hour special called Coronavirus Fact versus Fiction. It airs tonight on Fox 30 at 6:30.
Right now, questions are surfacing after a body was found in a parking lot of a busy plaza in East Arlington. Action News Jax Jamarlo Phillips joins us live right now from outside the Kohl's near Atlantic and Kernan Boulevards. Jamarlo, police say that the victim was shot to death.
And Don, police said a driver called them this morning after they noticed a man lying on the ground bleeding. Go ahead and take a look at this video here we shot just a few moments ago. It shows the crime scene tape wrapped around the shopping center here on Atlantic Boulevard, and it looked like this for hours this morning. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says it got a call just before 7 o'clock this morning. When first responders got here, they learned the man was shot. In the last 90 minutes, investigators told Action News Jax they don't believe the man was shot here. Right now, they don't have any description of a suspect or a car that could be connected to this murder. But what we do know is that officers will now be searching through surveillance footage at businesses that you see on camera here nearby. And police say if you know anything about the shooting, to call them or First Coast Crime Stoppers. For now, reporting live here on the South Side, I'm Jamarlo Phillips, CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News Jax.
Millions of Democrats around the country are heading to the polls today for Super Tuesday. Delegates from 14 states and 1 U.S. territory are up for grabs. These are the number of delegates in each of those states. And right here in Florida and Georgia, you can see the number of delegates and the dates when voters will be heading to the polls later this month.
For our local students, the 3rd annual Tanika's Books for Kids book drive is underway. We want you to help us out. Donate books by dropping off new and like-new children's books to any neighborhood Jacksonville Public branch, and it runs through March 14th. A new service will be available soon to help the homeless in downtown Jacksonville. Today, Mayor Lenny Curry will have a ribbon-cutting ceremony for a health mobile. So that's at 2 o'clock at the Sulzbacher Center downtown. It's a mobile extension of Urban Rest Stop and will make stops around downtown to give medical and behavioral health services to those who need it.
From the Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Corey Sima. Feeling like spring out there today. Upper 70s and even low 80s right now in Jacksonville. The weather pattern about to turn wet. Timing out showers and thunderstorms next in the First Alert forecast.
A panel of judges hearing a controversial lawsuit in the U.S. Court of Appeals. The change a group of advocates will be pushing for the military draft.
And video captures a tornado ripping through Tennessee. The cleanup underway by crews. That's straight ahead.
What to watch tonight, brought to you by Ashley Home Store.
Welcome back. At least 3 people are hurt this noon, and more than a dozen others will have to find a new place to live because of this fire at an apartment complex on Sunbeam Road, the Park at Anzio Apartments. Action News Jax Alicia Taryn Khan was there all morning long, starting on our news at 4:30, showing you the damage and the latest on the investigation here. And she spoke with one local father who rushed in to get his 2 young sons out of their apartment.
First responders say that the fire was so massive that it took more than 70 firefighters to put out. Now this is a look at the damage. You can see a whole chunk of the roof is missing. Some of the windows are even smashed out. Dwayne Roberts lives within a few yards from where the fire started. Around 4 a.m. this morning, he woke up to flashing lights and saw flames shooting out of this apartment complex on Sunbeam Road.
Oh my God, it was like... It was crazy. It was, I really couldn't explain it. I never seen it. I never seen a fire that big before.
His first thought was getting his family out.
My boys, that was the first thing. I got to get my boys out.
Firefighters tell Action News Jax 3 people were taken to the hospital but weren't seriously hurt. You can see in the video how massive the fire was as crews worked to put out the flames on the 2nd story of this building. Firefighters shot this video of the damage from above, and you can see part of the building was gutted, smoky and black. We're told more than 10 units were damaged. The Red Cross is currently helping those families that can't return to their home today. JEA shut off power to all those units. Robert tells me his family just moved to the park at Anzio on Friday, and he's just praying for the families impacted by this fire.
I hope everybody's okay. I hope everybody's fine. I hope everybody has a full recovery.
At this time, investigators are still working to determine the cause of this fire. I've reached out to the state fire marshal for an update. I've also reached out to JFRD to find out how many families are displaced. I'll have that number coming up for you at 5. Reporting in Mandarin, Alicia Tarrant-Khan, CBS47, Action News Jax.
Of course, we wish those affected residents the best. Meanwhile, the death toll in Tennessee is now at 21 after severe overnight tornadoes touched down. Take a listen to this cell phone video that captured the twister passing through Nashville. Hear that, all that wind there and the lights flickering. And now take a look at the aftermath. This is what was left of a historic mural in downtown Nashville. At least 20 people now are in the hospital. Look at this aerial shot. Just these buildings just flattened, some of them. Crews say hundreds of buildings and homes were destroyed here. The First Alert Weather Team says the National Weather Service will be out today surveying the areas that are damaged and to determine how strong these winds were overnight.
And the United States Air Force is changing the lyrics to the service anthem to honor both men and women. The military branch is modifying the third verse to be gender neutral, and the new verse will be sung as, "To a friend, we send a message of the brave who serve on high, and a toast to the host of those we boast." In the meantime, the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals is working to decide if it's constitutional to have a men's-only draft. The lawsuit was first filed last year and received support from a Texas judge. And now 3 judges in New Orleans are reviewing this appeal. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of all-male drafts back in the 80s. That was years before women were allowed to enter combat. The U.S. has not used the draft since 1973.
Now, certified Jacksonville's most accurate forecast. Action News Jax First Alert Weather.
A nice warm day here across northeast Florida, southeast Georgia. The humidity kind of starting to creep back in here too. You're looking live at St. Augustine, the ancient city here on the Action News Jax First Alert Skycam Network on top of the White Room. You see the palm trees rustling just a little bit. There's a bit of a breeze out there. It's southwesterly at 14. It's 78 in St. Augustine now. Some neighborhoods, including Jacksonville, 80 degrees plus, and that's where we're going to be this afternoon. So it is going to stay nice and warm today. 83 in Middleburg this afternoon. St. Augustine topping out around 81, 77 in Brunswick. And as we move inland, lower 80s for Blackshear, Nahunta, Folkestone, Waycross, either side, about 82 to 83 degrees. We have the general flow in the atmosphere is out of the west. That basically allows the temperatures to climb because we have that southwest wind down on the ground. This is ahead of a very powerful and dynamic storm system. Right now, it is basically over Mexico, south of El Paso and south of Arizona. You can kind of see a little bit of a spin there in the atmosphere, too. This is a disturbance in the middle and upper levels. Is going to track right across northeast Florida and southeast Georgia on Thursday. In the meantime, there are still some weather impacts that we will see over just the next 12 to 24 hours. But there's no rain now on First Alert Doppler HD. The rain is a few hours drive away from us over Macon and over the higher elevations in northeast Georgia, moving into North and South Carolina with a cold front that is back behind that. That cold front is going to slide our way between now and early Wednesday morning. You are going to wake up to a few showers if you live along and north of I-10. Here's 3 a.m. on the hour-by-hour forecast. Then we roll into the morning commute. I expect some wet areas on those roads in Jacksonville. You can see most of the rain, though it is well to the west and well inland in northeast Florida and southeast Georgia near I-75. This cold front turns stationary. It's going to hang out throughout the day Wednesday, keeping most of the rain well to the north of our viewing area. But some of those showers will drift into our area late Wednesday night and early on Thursday. The stationary front turns into a warm front early Thursday morning. And then another cold front moves in from the west, and you see the rain really spreading out across the map. This is the time frame we will be watching Thursday afternoon and evening for some strong and severe thunderstorms. If you live in southeast Georgia, looks like a decent amount of rain headed your way. Waycross and Brunswick, those rain totals through Friday, above 2 inches of rain. This is going to be Wednesday night through Friday morning. The temperatures go down a bit through Thursday and Friday. Then we're down into the 40s for morning lows just in time for your weekend, which is always in view. It'll be sunny, but it will be cool. You can download the Action News Jax First Alert weather app to take that hour-by-hour forecast and track the rain wherever you go. And join Chief Meteorologist Mike Burris today at 5 p.m. on CBS 47 Fox 30.
A lawsuit may force Apple to cough up millions of dollars to some of their iPhone users. The reason why you may be getting a check very soon.
Plus, why scientists say that half the world's beaches may disappear by next century.
Apple is on the hook for hundreds of millions of dollars because of claims it slowed down iPhones to preserve battery power. Final settlement is currently pending, but if approved, eligible iPhone users could receive about $25. The lawsuit says that users spent thousands on new phones instead of just replacing the battery.
Well, this is disheartening news. Half of the world's beaches could disappear by the end of the century. Scientists in the journal Nature Climate Change say that it's due to severe erosion that's linked to climate change. The study found the main cause is rising sea levels and erosion caused by storms. They say it could cause shorelines to recede by 300 feet by the year 2100.
Clay County Sheriff's Office is inviting you to lunch and dinner with them next week. So on March 10th, join deputies from 11 until 1 at Cedar River Seafood. And then on March 11th from 5 until 7, enjoy dinner with them at NYC Meatballs. And they just want to get out in the community.
Coming up on CBS 47 Fox 30 Action News Jax at 5 tonight, raising and donating money are going high tech. Now, more Americans are using Facebook, apps, and online methods to be charitable.
And the weather just, it feels like spring. Sorry to interrupt you. My goodness, we're up into the 80s today.
Wow.
And then the showers move in and it gets cooler.
All right.
80s again.
We'll enjoy it for today, all right? All right. Have a good day, everyone.
Wine hours up next.